everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're gonna slide and glide as Koichi Haimawari from My Hero Academia Vigilantes. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's address the obvious. Nah, I'm kidding, we're actually done with Pride this year. But could you imagine? And if you don't get that joke, maybe you should check out my videos from June. Anyway, with all that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the standard point rate with a 15 to dexterity, Koichi might look like a roach while doing it, but he do be zipping. Next up with a 14 to wisdom to keep an eye out for crime. After that's a 13 constitution, he started getting hit a lot more after he met Knuckle Duster and Popstep. We'll put the 12 into intelligence and the 10 to strength and then dump charisma. He gives people the ick. For species, we're going to go with human, getting resourceful, perception, and the lucky feat. We'll make a custom background, putting our increases into dexterity and constitution. We'll also take insight and investigation, painter supplies for giggles, and the tough feat. Moving on to class, we're going to go with monk. Not only is monk the most mechanically fitting class for Koichi, it's also the most thematically fitting. Just like Koichi, everyone thinks the monk sucks because they don't know how it works. The only difference is that while the monk strengths are written plain as day, MHAV straight up lies about what Koichi's quirk is. Which really just means that monk haters have no excuse. And no, I'm not back on my bullshit. I never got off of it. We get strength and dexterity saving throws and pick athletics and acrobatics for skills. We'll also be proficient with monk weapons and the hand drum. Dude needs a hobby. At level 1 we get martial arts and unarmored defense, and level 2 we get monk's focus, unarmored movement, and uncanny metabolism. At level 3 we get deflect attacks and our monastic tradition taking the warrior of the elements. We'll get manipulate elements and elemental attunement using thunder damage for our shooty go blam. Dub team, for the love of God, come up with a better name for that. At level 4 we'll get slow fall and take the speedy feat, rounding dexterity. At level 5 we'll get extra attack and stunning strike, and at level 6 we'll get empowered strikes and elemental burst. At level 7 we'll get evasion, and at level 8 we'll take the gifted metallic dragon feat from Fizzbangs for a repulsive force field. At level 9 we'll get acrobatic movement to wall run, and at level 10 we'll get heightened focus and self-restoration. At level 11 we'll get stride of the elements to fly. This is what I meant about the series lying about Koichi's quirk, by the way. It's cool that he can do this, but we're specifically told that he slides across surfaces. The air is not a surface. Sure, that might just be how he understands his quirk at the start of the series, but it's still a form of lie on the mangaka's part. Just wanted to throw that out in case someone wanted to actually me in the comments. Now we get to see who commented before finishing the video. At level 12 we'll take the charger feat, bumping dexterity. At level 13 we'll get deflect energy, at level 14 we'll get discipline survivor, and at level 15 we'll get perfect focus. At level 16 we'll raise our wisdom, and at level 17 we'll get elemental epitome. The empowered strikes portion of this is our knuckle style, while destructive stride is slap style. At level 18 we'll get superior defense, and at level 19 we'll take the boon of speed, capping dexterity. Lastly, at level 20 you'll get body and mind. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our AC with an armor defense is 22, and our movement speed is 100. With charger and 2 dashes, we go up to 320 and then 340 with elemental epitome. A little faster than a bike, but you can't tell me he stays that slow. Lastly, our average HP is 183 with 20 d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, we're fast as fuck, can move over any surface, and we can fly. We've also got an incredible AC, and we have a shield on the off chance something gets through that without a crit. And if something still gets through, we've got damage reduction. We're also primarily using a damage type that very few things resist. There's also, of course, the built-in healing, proficiency in every save, and the monk rage state. For weaknesses, your DM might paralyze you and have a dozen shadows gang up on you. A solar could also keep their distance pretty easily while still sniping you. Wall of Force and Cloud Kill would be pretty hard to get out of on your own, and I imagine a Sphere of Annihilation might do some damage. And then there's that pesky wish spell. In other words, our only weaknesses is extreme levels of deliberate malicious targeting. I will never let this go, and Koichi will never stop doing his best. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gets you 2-day early access to my videos and access to all my homebrew content. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time when I make Falco from Star Fox.